Well, hot diggity daffodil, welcome to another episode of Game on Hockey here on the Game Over Network. My name is Graham Mosimann, so excited to have you here for this little show where we dive into some of the biggest stories in hockey in under 10 minutes to get you started for your drive home. So, the biggest thing I want to tell you, hockey is the best. All our sports are very silly. People are going insane, but we're all still going to be having fun and not taking things too seriously and weird because I'll be honest, I'm starting to get a little worried about Maple Leafs fans. We'll get to that on the show today, as well as Alexander Ovechkin's ever expanding goal total, a interesting coaching decision in Boston, and what the hell is wrong in Winnipeg? Not with the team on the ice, but with the fans and the attendance at Canada Life Place. Before all that, though, there will be a brand new episode of Hyperdrive Hockey coming out tomorrow for you to enjoy on the Game Over Network Prime YouTube page. You can also find it wherever fine podcasts are sold, and give a listen to Hyperdrive Hockey, where Max, Daphne, and Kevin dive into the best of hockey and break it down all for you every Monday and nope, wrong. That's not true. Every Tuesday and Friday across the Game Over Network and wherever fine podcasts are sold. It's a good show. Please give it a listen. They're doing some incredible work over there. Just a heads up, the show may seem or sound a little bit different. I'll be honest with you, friendo. It's because I'm on ADHD meds for the first time. It has fully changed my brain, I think for the better, but it's also made things a little bit weird upstairs. So hey, we'll get through it together and put on a great little hockey show. So wanted to start off here with one of the games from yesterday, where the Minnesota Wild took down the Toronto Maple Leafs in overtime. An absolutely stunning goal from Matt Boldy to win that one. Our pals over on Game Over Toronto were not having a great time. And if you are even remotely anywhere near a Maple Leafs power play, it's not going great for you, because the Maple Leafs have an NHL league worst 32nd ranked power play. They are scoring at 7.9% right now, which is astonishing when you have players of the scoring ability of Austin Matthews and Willie Nylander. Never mind, Mitch Marner should be playing some of the best hockey of his life, and he's been playing quite good this season. Those three players, it should be automatic. Now, the coach that's running the Flames power play now, or sorry, the Toronto Maple Leafs power play now, is the guy that ran the Flames power play last year, a power play that the Flames fans called some of the worst they've had in NHL history. How long is that going to last? Because oh boy, it's getting a little gross. Mark Savard is the fellow. Now, Craig Berube, good at holding his players accountable, but if you check in on any of your friends from Toronto, they are losing it right now. And Mark Savard, the head coach of the power play right now, is enemy number one. Let's talk about Alexander Ovechkin, who scored again throughout this weekend. He's the rate that man is scoring, because normally how an Ovechkin season works is he goes real quiet for the start of the season, just kind of whatever, and then he absolutely explodes later on in the season. So Ovie was able to score hit goal number 860 on a two-man advantage to tie it up for the Washington Capitals as they were playing the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, Ovechkin, if he keeps scoring at the rate he is, he could be ending up making Gretzky's record literally by February. So if you are an Ovechkin fantasy holder, congratulations. I'm so very proud of you. You can't help but feel like the second Ovechkin ties that record, he's just going to go, yep, I am done. I am retiring in hockey now. I am the best scorer since Gretzky. Farewell. And then he's off and gone. But it's going to happen this season, and I cannot wait to see it. Let's talk about something a little less fun, though. Oh, the Winnipeg Jets. I know I'm not talking about on the ice, because on the ice they're incredible. This afternoon, or yesterday afternoon, the Jets took the ice, improved to a league best 11-1-0. They are the class of the National Hockey League, but you couldn't tell looking at the stadium. Now the Jets are already playing in the smallest market. They have a city of 700,000. Canada Life Center only seats about 15,000 and change, and their luxury box system is not mega. It's not really set up to make a lot of money. They are still, for the game yesterday, only drawing 12,912 people, which unfortunately, if you are a Jets fan, is not, you can't. The team is not sustainable at that level. And the Winnipeg Jets are a loss leader for True North Sports and Entertainment. They exist to lose money so Mark Chipman and company can write off their losses on their taxes and kind of use it to buttress up some of their other businesses. That's what so many sports teams are designed to do. Their franchise evaluation, though, they're worth an ungodly amount of money. At that current run, the franchise value currently sits at $1.1 billion. Now, that's an increase of 19% over the last year, according to a report by the New York Times. That is one of the bottom franchise growth evaluations in the NHL. But because money is kind of fictional and made up in so many ways, just because the franchise valuation and the franchise is worth more money, it doesn't mean they're even bringing more money in, because Jets fans en masse are not showing up like you'd kind of expect or hope them to for a team that is 11-1-0. Now, I used to live in Winnipeg once upon a time. You hear this tossed around a lot, and if you take a look at some of those tweets, Mike McIntyre posting that stat out, by the way, from the Winnipeg Free Press. It's a lot of people bemoan the cost of Jets games and say, they're too expensive. No one can go anymore. Look at the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They sold out their Western Final game, and that's 33,000 people. Why can't you have that happen in the NHL rink? And I think the cost of a season ticket package is probably a factor here, but the individual game cost absolutely is not. Because if you look at Ticketmaster right now, you can get 3 tickets with fees to go see the Jets in the next 2 weeks, and you will pay under $150 for 3 tickets. There is nowhere in the National Hockey League you will probably be able to find a deal like that. In Canada, definitely, and even in some other U.S. markets as well. Like that would never exist in Vegas. Like a Vegas ticket would be $100 flat. I think for one of my games to go down there, I paid $200 for an upper level back of house kind of seat in the corner of T-Mobile Arena. So the fact that the Winnipeg Jets aren't drawing should be a bit of a concern. I will say I think the Winnipeg Blue Bombers' success is a part of it. Unlike a lot of other markets, especially Toronto, where the CFL is an afterthought, that is not the case in Winnipeg. When the Jets left, the Bombers were still there. The Bombers show up in the community. I'd argue probably a lot more than the Winnipeg Jets do. Their season ticket packages are affordable, a lot more than a lot of Jet season ticket packages are. But when you have a finite amount of entertainment income, and the Bombers have been as good as they have been, putting together a dynasty in the CFL after that team was horrific for huge swaths of their history, when you have the entertainment dollar in Winnipeg, they're going to put it towards the Bombers as opposed to the Jets, who have let them down over and over and over and over and over again. When was the last time Winnipeg made a big push in the playoffs? Exactly. It's not there. Winnipeg fans, I believe, really need to see the proof in the pudding and have this team be successful in the playoffs before they'll start coming back to that team, because I don't think the Jets have done the same kind of outreach work that the Bombers have, which is, if you're not a CFL person, probably sounds pretty crazy. But hey, Winnipeg is its own weird little market. With that, we'll wrap it up there on this edition of Game on Hockey. My name is Graham Mosimann. Coming up on the NHL schedule tonight, you will have a Game Over show featuring the Oilers and the Devils. And that'll be it. That's the only Game Over show we have tomorrow. Only 2 games in the league, as it's Kings and Preds, Devils and Oilers. So an easy night of hockey watching for you. That is it for me. I'm Graham Mosimann. We'll talk tomorrow here on Game on Hockey.